glad you're here. Were you able to find a perfect reading spot? I hope so. I know that this week we've also been talking about characters like Iris and Walter and other characters. So as we talk about characters, I want you to think about some things like, how does the character act? Okay, so that could be one kind of character trait, is how they act. Are they lazy? Are they funny? Are they happy? How do they act? How does the character think? So this one says, Latasha always wants to learn and explore new things. She is curious. So we might, in some stories, figure out what they think about. What does the character say? If they're being bossy a lot, then that might be a character trait. If they say kind things to lots of people, then you might figure out that they are kind. How does the character feel? This character is feeling sad, right? So sometimes their feelings are very important to the story. What does the character look like? So sometimes, like here's Marcy, she's tall and strong. Sometimes that's important to the story. A character like Paul Bunyan is in a tall tale, and he has a big blue ox, and he can swing an axe and cut down so many trees, and that's important to that story. Some stories, what they look like, has nothing to do with the real story. So those 5 things: how they act, think, what they say, how they feel, and possibly what they look like could be important to the story. So I want you to think about some of those things as we read Shy Charles today by Rosemary Wells. Do you think you already know a character trait about Shy Charles? Are you thinking he might be shy? That's probably a good prediction. Charles was happy as he could be. Did you hear another trait there? But he liked to play alone. He wouldn't talk to Wanda Sue, and he never went near the phone. It's a new day, said Charles' mother. Let's go in the store and say hello. We'll buy a sweet potato pie, and we'll say goodbye before we go. Wonderful morning, said Mrs. Belinsky. A chocolate surprise for my beautiful boy. Say thank you, whispered Charles' mother. Thank you, yelled Mrs. Belinsky. Enjoy! His mother told him. Say goodbye. Charles hid inside a flour sack. Goodbye with kisses, said Mrs. Belinsky. Someday when he's big, he'll kiss me back. I'm so embarrassed, said Charles's mother. You never say goodbye or thank you. Lucky for you that I am so nice. Another mother would spank you. This can't go on, said Charles's dad. I'm sick and tired of thank you fights. It's time he played football or joined the ballet. Do you think those things will work? Next Tuesday, Charles was in tights. Isn't he sweet? Cried Madame Lafleur. Charles wouldn't say maybe or no or yes. For a week, he pretended to be asleep. Charles was not a success. Not at the ballet, anyway. So Charles's father took him to town and bought him some beautiful football things. The shirt was scarlet with shoulder pads. The helmet had silver wings. "Charles," said his father, "you'll be the best. Like lightning, you'll streak across the grass. Like butter, you'll melt the defensive line, and you'll throw the winning pass." Charles trembled like an autumn leaf. "Hi!" roared the coach. "My name is Fred." "He doesn't look so well to me. Take him home and put him to bed." "Charles," said his dad, "you're a jelly roll. You're just a cowardly custard. You're like a sandwich with no bread, not to mention the ham and mustard. How will you ever go to school, or find a job, or get married?" Charles sat down and cried so hard he had to be carried. Then Charles's father murmured low, "A babysitter is coming tonight. You know the one. It's Mrs. Block, and everything will be all right." Do you think if he's shy, he likes babysitters very well? I wonder what will happen. The sun went down, the sitter came. His parents left at 6 o'clock. Charles skedaddled up the stairs. "Come back, little pushcake," cried Mrs. Block. Charles played happily in his room. He made a spaceship out of his chairs. Suddenly, there was a terrible crash. Mrs. Block had fallen downstairs. My. Charles got onto the sofa. He told her, "Now don't be nervous." He brought her a blanket and cocoa. Then he called the emergency service. What number do you think he's calling? Maybe 911? That's what you would do, right? "He saved my life," moaned Mrs. Block. "He's a prince, a gem, a hero." And everyone shouted, "Thank you, Charles." But Charles said 0. He didn't say anything at all. So, if you think about shy Charles, what traits did you come up with? So, we can have our character name in the middle, and we can create a character web about them. So, did you say he's shy? Yeah, that's a good one. What else are you thinking? Sometimes it helps to think about the beginning and the middle and the end of the book, too. Oh, do you remember that he was happy? So even though he never went near the phone and never said goodbye or thank you, he still felt happy. He was just shy. But even though he was shy, he did something in the story. How would you say that describes Charles? Was he very brave? Yeah, I was thinking so too. Okay, so we have 3 character traits about Charles, and you can think of about how your characters act, think, what they say, how they might feel, and possibly, if it's important, what they look like, to help you think about how your characters, what traits they have as you get to know characters in your books. So enjoy your reading today.